Hi, this is Tanya from Love Buddha Tarot, back with the daily cards for the 30th of June 2017. So it's the last day of June. Right, okay. I need some advice of all of you. A bit of a switch around here. I've been getting quite a lot of messages lately people asking me to do sort of various educational videos, on how to cleanse, how to protect, different aspects of spirituality and all of this, and I would love to get that out there, okay? The thing is, at the moment, is time is literally, I'm not having weekends, I'm not having night times, I'm not having anything like that, and I know it's part of the job, and I'm massively, massively grateful for all of you that watch these videos and give me encouragement every single day. It's like I say, I am sort of living the dream in a way, but it's like, it's just sort of going on, and there isn't enough hours in the day. Now, I have had quite a few emails from people saying that sort of the monthlies or the weeklies or something like that should be put on either Patreon or Vimeo, where you can actually pay to see them. Okay, now this is something that I've struggled with and I've sort of toyed with, because like I say, I feel the messages, that get out are meant for those that see them. But the thing is, when I've actually thought about it rationally, and had my sort of thinking head on, it would make sense, because this would help support this channel. Once this channel is being supported, then I would have more time to be able to do these instructional videos, which would be available on sort of Patreon or Vimeo. This wouldn't happen with the dailies. The dailies would still be there, and I'm trying to make it where the weeklies would still be there as well. But if the monthlies were put on sort of a pay-per-view, now I'm not looking at a lot of money, maybe even £1 per video, or sort of discounted so that you could see all of the star signs, because I know some people cross-watch, okay? So what I'm asking today is for a little bit advice from all of you. Would this be something that you would be interested in, Would it be better on a pay-per-view if you want to see that one, or would you be willing to sort of do a subscription, where it was so much a month, a small amount a month? You would then get access to, all of the monthly star signs, and then I could do these instructional videos as well. So I'm reaching out to you to please help me with this, okay? You are the viewers. These videos are for you. But at the moment, I can't do what I want to do, and I can't do more teaching, if that makes sense, or videos that will help you understand things, because of the time limits that are on, So this is just a reaching out, nothing is going to happen yet, but, I really, really would massively appreciate your feedback on this, you can write it in the comments, you can send me a personal message, email me, something like that, it will be totally, totally confidential, but please, I would just like your thoughts on this, so I'm putting it out there, and like I say, anything that comes will be taken on board, and sort of this will come within my decision on what I have to do, and I really want to do these videos. I really want to do more types of videos about that, because I do think this is helping you move on, it's great, and it's spreading the love in some way. But it's like I say, I can't spread myself too thinly. This is the problem, I really wish, or if any of you know how to clone people, then please clone me, because that would be fantastic. So I hope you don't mind me putting this out there. Like I say, I share a lot of my personal stuff with you, and I'm just, asking for a little bit advice back with this, if that makes sense. Okay, so sorry about that. Like I say, I'm having to get all organized and things, but I do massively appreciate everybody that watches these videos. So thank you so much for that. Okay. So right, the cards today are quite fit and bizarrely enough. Yesterday we had the moon, which was all about fear and things like that. Today we have the Four of Swords, okay? And now what this is saying is you really need at the moment to take time for sort of rest, recuperation and contemplation as well. So what this is saying is like that introspection will bring peace in some way, you know, and it's saying like there might, you know, the last couple of weeks have been quite intense emotionally, quite intense externally as well, you know. So this is saying it's time to take time out, okay? Time to take time out and time to protect yourself as well. If we look at this guy, he's got armor on, you know, and he's like, it's like he's sort of breathing through there, probably talking a bit like Darth Vader, you know, if you tried to speak to him here. So it's saying as well, you know, that there's been a lot of stuff going on. You may have took stuff personally as well, you know, and that isn't going to help. You know, if we remember, nothing is happening to us, it's happening for us, even though it might cause chaos and confusion at the time. And, you know, when we look at taking things personally, and what I got when I first got this card was the Four Agreements. Now, the Four Agreements is such a beautiful book. I have mentioned it before. It's something I try to live with within my life, but, you know, we all slip back into bad habits. And, I recognize where I've done that myself. But within the Four Agreements, one of the agreements with that is don't take anything personally. And what it says is, nothing others do is because of you. What others say and do is a projection of their own reality and their own dream. When you are immune to the opinions and actions of others, you won't be the victim of needless suffering. So that's one of the ones, and that is really, really fitting with this. But the first one is be impeccable with your word. Speak with integrity, say only what you mean, and avoid using the word to speak against yourself or to gossip about others. Use the power of your word in the direction of truth and love. The third one is don't make assumptions. Find the courage to ask questions and to express clearly what you want. Communicate with others as clearly as you can to avoid misunderstandings, sadness and drama. With just this one agreement, you can completely transform your life. And the fourth one is always do your best. Your best is going to change from moment to moment, and it'll be different when you are healthy as when you are sick. Under any circumstances, simply do your best and you will avoid self-judgment, self-abuse and regret. So I really feel, like I say, this is a force. So this is coming in with this, you know. And I really feel, like I say, the second one, don't take anything personally. That's it. So this is a time for you to take, to take time out here, you know. Like I say, the energies the last few weeks or few months even have been intense. They've been emotional, you know. There's a lot of us have felt it, you know. And like I say, when you're feelers, you feel the weight of the world. So this is saying to take yourself away and have a break from the struggles that are on, both your internal ones and your external ones. And this will allow you to release anxiety. You need to keep filling yourself up. You know, even if you practice protection and cleansing, you still need to take that time. You know, I mean, recently I've been in between readings, I've been having to run outside and putting my feet in nature, you know, and grabbing hold of trees, hugging trees and then coming back in. Because, you know, it's all very well given. But if you're not replenishing or not giving yourself time to charge, like recharge as well, all of these sort of clouds that are there are going to weigh heavy on you, and this is when you feel quite suffocated, and this is when you can't sort of breathe properly, you can't sort of get clarity, because our breath is very important, and if we're not actually breathing in good, if we're breathing in, you know what it's like if you go somewhere where it's really smoggy or there's a lot of traffic congestion, you know, even when you're breathing, it doesn't feel clean. So what they're saying is rise above these troubles here, you know, where the air is cleaner, you know, and this is what is massively needed at the moment. But if you take this time out just by yourself, you know, to allow yourself to heal, allow yourself to replenish and allow yourself to breathe freely, then this can change. It can cause a massive shift in your approach to things, in your priorities, and also in your attitude to things. Now, you know how a lot of people say, you know, a good night's sleep cures all ills. And it does, you know. And like I say, often when we are filled with anxiety, we go to bed and we are having, you know, our mind is still racing even when we're sleeping. So we wake up and we're not feeling refreshed. But by taking this time out, you can see things differently, you know. When we look at this as well, it's like, you know, there's sort of acorn leaves around there, around his crown chakra. And this is sort of mature thought, thinking about things properly. There's a change in the seasons. Things are changing at the moment, you know, and often we carry on like Trojans, you know, and we're like, we never falter. We've got to get this done. We've got to get this done, especially during times of strife. You know, that's when our sort of, you know, it kicks in here. But like I say, if you're feeling emotional pain, if you're feeling worry, if you're feeling hurt, if you're feeling let down, if you're feeling dejected, this can affect us in a physical way. And this card is saying, if you don't take this time out to replenish, you could end up with illness, because illness, you know, disease of sorts, is when you're at dis-ease. So this is about bringing the balance in and taking this rest and recuperation as well. It's also saying, with him having the armor on here, this is saying that we need to put up boundaries, and it is okay to withdraw, you know. If these boundaries are crossed, it's okay to take some time out, you know, and take out some time out away from the troubles, you know. So this card is, like I say, I think there's a big message there. I'm actually getting quite a lot from this myself as well. And it's sort of like, you know, there was stuff going on last night. I had about, not panic attacks, but I was questioning so much with stuff going on in my personal life. It was like, am I doing the right thing? Am I making the wrong decision? Am I going to this? And I was absolutely worn out. I didn't finish work last night until, do you know what I mean, probably about 9-10 o'clock, which is now getting to be a habit every night. I went to bed and then I was worrying about all of this, and I woke up this morning, the first thing I thought was, right, okay, what have I got to do today? And it's like, whoa, take time out. You know, I can't take time out this weekend because I have to get the weeklies and monthlies done for you. So this is sort of, you know, leading me to what I said in the beginning here. You know, you need to give yourself breathing space, because if you don't have that, you're going to be gasping for breath. And when you're gasping for breath, if you think trying to talk to anybody who is gasping for breath, they make no sense. You know, that's it. We need to allow the oxygen to go to our brain. So this is it. It's a time of, like I say, just rest. You know, it doesn't have to be forever. It's a couple of days. You know, the world will not stop spinning if you actually take a break, you know, and just say, right, okay, my phone is going off. I'm like switching off from the troubles of the world. I'm switching off from my troubles. I'm switching off from the troubles of other people as well, you know, and just taking this time to just be, you know, that will help you absolutely massively. So it's saying, you know, like seclusion. I really feel, you know, you need to sort of take this time for seclusion, you know. This is when you can deal with any situations properly, you know, and, you know, it's taking time to gather your thoughts as well, because like I say, if you are running on adrenaline constantly, you are just like, it's like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And you're not having clear thoughts. So it's like, put things on hold for a while, suspend them, you know. And this even calls for your judgments and your thought processes. Stop them, you know, because if your mind is going off in a crazy direction all the time, don't follow it. Bring it back into center, you know, and look inward at your source of distress and anxiety as well, rather than blaming externals for it, because we have no control over externals, but we do have control over how we let things affect us. And like I say, sometimes if we're taking on too much, we're going to buckle, you know. So it's like I say, it's saying, take some time to be alone with your thoughts this weekend. You know, look at what you've come through as well and plan where you're going. But don't make any decisions just yet. You know, like I say, the world will carry on spinning. It's not a time for planning. It's a time of healing your mind, quieting your mind. It's a time of healing and rest, recuperation, replenish yourself, you know. Do that by meditating, you know, read your favorite book. Make it not a self-help book, you know. Watch your favorite movie. Turn your phone off. Go for a walk in nature. Just be alone with yourself. And then you will find that anything you are finding daunting at the moment, you know, will be easily, you will get clarity from it when you have a clear head as well, you know. And they're saying this is not, you know, this is not just something you should do. This is something that is essential. It's a necessity at the moment, I feel. So the Osho card that we've got today is Ripeness, and I really like this card. There's a gentleness with this as well. And what this is saying is, like, when the fruit is ripe, it drops from the tree itself. So if we are thinking that we need to do this or we need to do that, we are putting pressure on ourselves as well, you know, as well as external pressures that are there. So what this is saying is, if we look at that, I don't know if it's a cherry or an apple, I don't know what it's meant to be, but we're saying, you know, 1 minute it was hanging from the tree and it was there, you know, and it's, you know, it's full, it's grown, it's good, it's ripe, it's fresh, you know, but then it falls. Now this hasn't fell because somebody's shaken the tree, you know, it hasn't cut itself loose from this, it's made no effort to jump from the tree, you know, but it's like, you know, the tree has recognized that, right, okay, that's ripe, it's ready, the tree has done its part, so it's letting the fruit fall. So the fruit is then there by itself. So this is letting go, and this is letting go of things that you've become tied to, things that you've relied on, you know, and all of that, and falling by yourself here, you know. This is a time when, you know, it's like your inner riches are there. Everything is there. But if you don't take this time to rest and recuperate, you know, you cannot actually, you know, you're going to spoil this. And that's what it is, you know. So like I say, a lot of us can suffer burnout. And this is saying, don't, you know, just go with the flow, let nature take its course in some way, you know. All you need to do at this moment is relax. You are exactly where you are meant to be, you know. Like I say, think about what you want to happen, but don't try and control it or push it or, you know, let externals actually put any more pressure on you, you know, because this is saying, it's like, you know, it doesn't take any preparation. It doesn't take any effort for evolvement, because it's going to happen anyway. Change is coming, you know, and cycles are different. So that apple or cherry, when it was hanging from the tree, was a different, it took on a different form, and now it's a different form again, you know. So it's like, it's saying this is the right time for whatever you're wanting to do. So you're going to need to take this rest in order so that you are full of this juice and you are fresh, so that you can actually tackle what is coming for you, because there is great things coming for you. Like I say, this is a time of ripeness, you know. It's a 9. We are almost at completion. We are almost at the end of a cycle, you know. So like I say, just take this time to look back at where you've come from, look forward at where you're going, but don't move anywhere, you know. Just rest, be in this meditative state and let things happen how they will, you know. So it's like, it's a time for reflection and consideration, this as well, you know, because you're moving forward, whether you want to or not, you know. There is change coming as well. And it's saying that, sorry, you've matured now, you know. And this is a process, you know. Everything, it's like the wheel, everything is constantly turning, and with these turns, it's change. It's changes in the seasons, it's changing in you, it's changing, you know. You are evolving. So this is telling you as well, it's like, let go of the old, shed that skin, you know, and allow this fresh one to emerge. But you can only do that when you are at peace with yourself, you know. So like I say, it's a nice card, this one. It's a good time. There's nothing to be worried about. So please don't try and stress too much about what's going on, because this is where you could suffer burnout and exhaustion. And when you do that, you know, you are no good to anybody, or you are no good to anything. You know, when you are literally zapped, you're not going anywhere. Think about a car that hasn't got petrol in. It's not going anywhere, whether its engine's working or what, whether you've put the thing in the sat-nav, put the destination in the sat-nav. If it doesn't get full up, it is not going anywhere, you know. So this is it. It's like, take time out and take a pit stop. You know, you're on a phase of your journey. You need to take this pit stop to refuel, and then, you know, you will move on to a higher level and a different sort of level. You know, your path might have changed, you know. So like I say, this is getting you on the path to happiness as well. But you know, what is the point in, you know, knowing where happiness is if you are absolutely too depleted and knackered to actually go after it, you know? So we then have the Colette Baron Reid card, and this again verifies that you are on the sort of precipice of greatness, okay? This card is Treasure Island, and it's saying, you know, with the law of attraction, when we have positive thoughts, you know, this is when we can manifest. And this is saying abundance is ready to show itself for you, as if from nowhere. Like I say, with this, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to force it. It is coming. It's talking about there being financial gains, but also spiritual and emotional gains as well. And in doing this, you can share your good fortune. You know, I've said this before, you cannot give from an empty cup. And our job on earth is to serve and to serve the whole. But if you have give too much of yourself and you're not filling yourself up, what have you got to give, you know? So this is why this importance of, you know, prioritizing things, taking time out, taking a break, you know, because like I say, you know, how many people do you see that, you know, they go gung-ho into everything and they put everything they've got. But if you put everything you've got into something, you know, what have you got left for yourself? And this is what it's saying, you know, you want to be able to enjoy this treasure when it comes. It's like X marks the spot. There are so many opportunities opening up for you, you know. This is saying something might come out of the blue as well, and you might think, oh God, this is just new. It's not new. This is what you've been manifesting for sometimes years. You know, I remember when I was a kid, when I was about 14, you know, I used to massively think, God, I would love to read tarot, you know, but I'll never be able to learn it. You know, I'm not psychic, I'm not this, I'm not that. I'll never be able to do it. I also wanted to be a photographer because I thought it would be a cool job, but I didn't know the slightest thing about cameras, and there was nobody there to teach me, you know, and there was no internet to learn on. You know, and this was when I was 14. I'm nearly 44 now, 30 years on. My jobs are, I'm a tarot reader and I'm a photographer. You know, that didn't just happen by chance. That was because I had that manifestation then, but I let it go. I didn't force it, you know, and it actually came back to me. So this is how the law of attraction works. But when you are getting stressed out like this, and when you are letting all these worries and troubles and all of these I can'ts, you know, and all of these obstacles get in your way, your thoughts then turn to I can't and I won't, and, you know, and blocks, and this isn't how it's meant to be, and why is this happening to me? And then you actually start to get down in yourself and your vision goes, you know, and you lose your faith and you lose your vision and you lose your hope. And when you're like that, what have you got? You know, you might as well take to your bed, because when you haven't got these visions fueling you, you know, or you haven't got the energy to work towards them, then, you know, what's the point in having them? So this is what it's saying, you know, send gratitude out for where you've been and where you're going. You know, get your mind clear so that you can have these clear thoughts, that you can actually believe again that things are going to get better. You know, see these obstacles and roadblocks as just detours or ways to tell you that you need to just slow down. Everything will happen with divine timing. Like I say, this treasure island, you know, what do they say about treasure? You stumble across it. You know, these people that go in search of treasure, they can be searching for years and years and years, you know. But this is a lot of treasures are stumbled upon. You know, that means you're not looking for them, but you believe that they're there, you know. So it's quite an interesting card, this as well. So it's saying, like, you know, when your dreams and when your thoughts are clear and positive and you're not thinking of lack or troubles, what you are doing is you are co-creating with the universe. You are having a conversation with them about where you want to go, and they're listening, and they will give you signs, you know, and they will show you where to go. But if you're, like I say, if you're completely depleted and you have no energy, then you can't even follow these signs, even if you wanted to, you know. There's a turtle in this card as well. And, you know, a turtle, when you look at a turtle as a totem animal, what it says to you is slow and steady, you know. And if we think a turtle, when a turtle can withdraw into its shell, you know, if it feels that it is in danger or it feels it needs protecting, it just pops its legs in, pops its head in, and it's actually in this little like cocoon. And this is what it's saying you need to do at the moment, you know. Take yourself away from anything that is causing you chaos, because you are in danger of exhaustion, you know. So take this time out, go internal, go into your shell. But the thing is with the turtle as well, what the turtle always also teaches us is that we can walk our path in peace, you know. And a turtle is quite determined, you know, but it's a very serene animal as well. So it's saying stick to your path, but, you know, do it in a peaceful way. There's no need to rush. Okay, I mean, if we look at a turtle, you know, like I say, when it's on land, it's slow, but it gets to where it wants to go. And if you think of turtles, they're very prehistoric, really, aren't they? And they have survived when other species have died out. But this is because they've took their time, and they've taken the time to protect themselves when is needed as well. But then stick them in the water and they can swim fast. But they're going with the flow there, so they're using their externals to help them along, you know. So that's what's coming in. There's a real sort of, I don't know, like a very just calm. I don't know if any of you are going or near water at the moment, you know. Maybe go to water, maybe just watch it, see how the waves, you know, they come and go. They don't, you know, they're not, you know, even when they're crashing, there's a serenity around them. There's a beauty around it, you know. And like I say, this is how we need to be. You know, this is how we need to be. We need to be calm and collected in order to go forward. When we're stressed and strung out, you know, nothing gets done. We just keep going round in circles, you know. So like I say, take yourself away from externals this weekend, you know. Give yourself time to breathe, you know. Give yourself some you time, and then tackle next week when it comes, and you will find that you tackle it easier. Sorry, I've just got really bad shooting pain in my head there. I don't know if any of you know, I do have a tumor in my head, and occasionally it just plays up, and just there I've literally, it's like somebody stabbed a knife in my head. It's actually like that. It's just straight in there. So right, okay, maybe this is a lesson for me. It's red hot in my head. This is what happens when the pressure, right, okay, this is why they're showing me this, right? This is making sense. What happens is where the tumor is, it actually it stops the flow. It stops the flow of I think it's cerebral fluid. So it builds up. And when it builds up, it sort of causes a layer between my skull and my brain, and it presses down. So my brain gets like, you know, when you say like my brain hurts, and this is what happens, but it always causes a lot of heat. So this is what it's saying, like when you're under pressure, this is when you'll feel the pain, I think. So I'm really sorry about that. I wasn't expecting that, but it does just come out of the blue at times. You know what, every time I sit down to do these videos, I never know what's going to come up, but I hope you don't mind, you know, me sharing that. I couldn't have done anything else. I don't know if any of you seen me wins, but rather than thinking, oh God, is, you know, what's wrong with Tanya, it's like, yeah, that's what it was there. So I pulled a Gaia Oracle card, and it's a beautiful card, this, and it's called Purification. And this card, what it's saying with it is this card signifies healing and rejuvenation, which comes as a result of emotional cleansing. In the past, you may have experienced some emotional turmoil. Deep feelings that you thought you'd already dealt with or previously resolved could have come to the surface as if out of nowhere. Don't be concerned, for a profound healing is taking place, and at the end of this process you will feel better for it. The lady featured on the card emerges from the deep waters of her emotions onto the light of a new day. Emotionally cleansed and rejuvenated, she is now ready to move fully into her power, free of the emotional baggage that she previously carried. The affirmation is, I allow all unresolved feelings to surface. I give thanks for the healing that has taken place. I am emotionally cleansed. I am free of emotional baggage. I release all that no longer serves me. And it's like, wow, that fits so much with with them cards, doesn't it? You know, so sorry, I do this a lot. You know, I just sit with my hand on my head, and people don't know why. But yeah, I hope you've took something from that today. I think I have actually. But like I say, I'm still thinking about what I've got to do. But I hope that made sense. You know, it's like I say, we all need to rest, and we all need to recuperate from time to time, and we all need to heal. But I really feel either drinking water or being around water or being near water, you know, even salt baths. This is what we need to do. You know, it's the energy has been very, very draining recently. And, you know, we pick up things, you know, it's like if somebody is smoking near you. You smell it on your clothes when you come away, and this can happen with energies as well. You know, it's good when it's great energies and positive ones, but it can also happen with negative ones as well. So like I say, I hope that makes sense. I'm gonna have to wrap this video up now because I really feel my face is all contorting because I'm getting quite a lot of pain there at the minute for some reason. But right, okay, if anybody would like a reading with me, please get in touch via my Facebook or via my website. You know, the booking system is on my website. Again, please let me know if about what I talked about at the beginning, you know, whether this is something that you feel is a good idea, whether you would be willing to actually sort of participate in it as well, you know. And then, like I say, I would be able to do more videos for you where they would be educational as well. So hopefully the weeklies and the monthlies get out this weekend. If this starts, I'm going to try and sort it now because today was meant to be doing videos. If they're a little bit late, it's only because this starts, and when it starts, my speech goes and my coordination and everything like that, so it might be a little bit tough. But I will try my best. Okay. Have an absolutely fabulous weekend, and you know, just enjoy it. I hope this made sense. Okay. Sat down.